right, good evening, everybody. It's Sunday night, which means we are live here with the Diehard Racing League's JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series, where tonight we return to Pocono Speedway here. So we take a look here at the 31 of Seth Schultz, right now being scored in fourth. Right now, looking at times fastest in practice, we have the 19 of Ethan Lane. Ethan ran a 51.603, which next closest competitor to that's going to be the 16 of Elliott Butler with a 51.833. Caleb Finn with a 51.890. See Seth right there as he crosses the line. His fastest is a 51.933, and then rounding out the top five will be the 99 of Jason DeVries with a 51.969. Joining me as always.
I'm doing great. I want to see if Jason French Fries DeVries can pull off a forfeit.
Oh, we have word that he's not even going to be running tonight. So as we see the time has gone down, we are now going to officially enter qualifying. We got some of the drivers starting to take to the track here. We see the 31 making his way out. We also have the 28 of Adam Nowinski. We also see the 72 there of David Camara. 95 of Caleb Finn as he makes his way onto the track. We see there the 19 of Ethan Lane. The 4 of Caleb Thompson on track as well. Take a look early on, the 73 of Todd Larrabee right now holding down the fastest time. Sean Bradley in the 87 right now being scored as second. Todd Gray in the 10 right now in third. 72 of David Carr fourth. Seth Schultz fifth. As we're watching here, the 4 of Caleb Thompson right now being scored in seventh. Now that's going to move him up. That lap there will put him into 6th position. We got roughly around just a little over 3.5 minutes here remaining in qualifying. We're going to go ahead and bring up the U.S. Army Marching Band. As we see there, the 16 of LA Butler gets a little bit loose there off of turn 3. I love the logo that's in turn 3 there. It's turn 3 winds. What turn 4? But we're going to go ahead and bring out the U.S. Army Marching Band. So everybody, please rise, remove your hats as we bring you tonight's national anthem. right, amazing job as always. Now we've got roughly around 1 minute and 40 seconds here left in qualifying. This is 96 and Josh Gallagher out on track making some practice laps. Right now, the 96 of Gallagher being scored in 12th position with a 52.535. Checkered has come out, so now we're going to get everybody lined up. Absolutely love this about Pocono here is they start on the pit lane like that. As we wait for some in the grid, we're going to go ahead and get the grid popped up here. Starting on row 1, we will have the 19 of Ethan Lane, the 73 of Todd Larrabee just outside in second. Rolling off from third spot will be the 76 of Josh Jones and the 16 of Elliott Butler. Row 3, we have the 28 of Abnowimski and the 10 of Todd Cray. We look to row 4 here, we've got the 87 of Sean Bradley and the 72 of David Kamara. Rounding at the top 10 here, we have the 31 of Seth Schultz and the 4 of Caleb Thompson. We look at row 6, we have the 95 of Caleb Finn and the 90, I think I said 96 already, the 95 of Caleb Finn and the 96 of Josh Gallagher. Row 7 will be the 93 of Patrick DeSaulnier and the 11 of Frederick Hofstetter. Row 8 goes to the 3 of Bruce Pearson, and that's going to round out the field as the 99 is not going to be starting tonight's race. We are on the pace lap here, so as soon as everybody gets gathered up here, we got about 2.5 miles to go, and we will get this 64 lap race underway here. right, so as the pace car makes its way down pit road, the 19 of Ethan Lane is going to lead us to the start here. The jump, green flag is out.
73 tuck in behind the 19 there. Right now we have 10. Todd Cray dropping to the low side. Got to go around Josh Jones.
He's going to be able to clear the 76. Right now it looks like we got a battle heating up here for second and third as we see the 16 of Elliott Butler and the 10 of Todd Cray as they're able to make it around the 73 of Todd Larrabee.
Sean Bradley is ducked underneath Caleb and taking that spot away from him. That'd be Caleb Thompson, not Caleb Finn. Took that spot away from. I keep forgetting that we have two Calebs now.
And right behind Caleb, we have the 31 of Seth Schultz.
Right now, everybody's minding the P's and Q's and looking fast.
See, right now it looks like we got the 72 of David Camara making a move on the 76 of Josh Jones as they go off into turn one here. He is going to be able to clear. Right now we're looking at 7th position. That's the 28 of Adam Nowinski. Behind him, the 87 of Sean Bradley, the 4 of Caleb Thompson, 31 of Seth Schultz, and the 95, our other Caleb Finn.
Seth is stuck in between a Caleb sandwich right now. And I was looking at our telemetry and I thought I was wrong, or it was wrong, but our leader has checked out to over a second lead so far.
Oh, that is not an illusion, but meanwhile, as we see, 76 has made a move right there. Looks like he might be going for another one, as we see also the 87 of Sean Bradley trying to get the inside of the 28 of Adam Nowinski here in turn one.
Right now the 87 machine has that advantage on low line, but had to check
He had to check up, and now that's going to open the door potentially for the 4 of Caleb Thompson to close that outside group there. Normally the 87 would be able to just jump right up there and tuck in behind Adam, but nope. Caleb was there to hold the door down. So right now you're going to see Caleb might actually be able to complete this pass on the outside as he's going to do so. And now we're going to see the 31 of Seth Schultz get in it as well here and try and trap the 87 down low.
95 pushing hard trying to close that gap, but he is not going to be able to get up there, and the 87 will fall in behind Seth Schultz in the 31 machine. That little bobble going for the pass on Adam Nowinski made him lose 2 positions.
That's all it takes around here is to get trapped down on that low side. It's not where you want to be, especially when the racing line is pretty much about 1.5 groups up.
We've got David Camara, the 72 machine, underneath the 76 of Josh Jones. Let's see if he can complete this pass as he has the inside line going into the turn. As he washes up and touches Jones.
I see turn 2 right there. That's not really the place you want to dive it in there, but look at all the spots that Jones is going to lose because of that.
Look at Seth and Caleb split the middle there. Wow, that was heavy.
As we see the 76 continuing to lose spots right there, a wash up by the 72, just lost half a dozen spots. Yep, looking right there, it's not hard to do the math. There's 6 cars now in front of the 76. That little bit of contact there going into turn 2, and the contact that Josh made there with the outside wall. That just dropped him a half a dozen spots.
All right, I hope you can get a shot of the 72 washed up in front of Seth. I was about to say get a shot of Seth pushing the 4 if they're 3 wide.
So you see the 28 of Adam Nowinski. He is not going to take this one laying down. He's going to try and maximize position here. He's going to try and take away 4th position, or 5th position from Caleb Thompson.
That thing seemed to settle down now in this little pack. David Camaris will look low on the 87. Oh, he's going to get there. The 87 had a little bobble. I did not think he was going to get there.
Almost had a little piece of netcoat there.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was netcoat.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, the 95 of Caleb Finn there. He just disappeared and reappeared. Now, let's see if he pushes up again in this corner. So we see the 76 going way wide.
87 got hard on the binders, lost the front end of the rear wheel of that car and slid up the track. Now we got side by side 4 and 31 right now. Seth Schultz looking low on Caleb Thompson. He's up tight on it too. Gotta get that side there.
And as he hauls it down into 1, he should be able to clear. As we see Caleb a little bit high, that's also going to allow the 28 of Adam Nowinski by. So that will put Seth up to 5th position, Adam to 6th, and then drop Caleb back to 7th. The 87 of Sean Bradley looking at the inside of Finn here as they come through turn 2. Ooh, looks like a little bit of contact to the wall there.
Yeah, you got a piece of that wall. He's going to lose a couple more positions. 76 and 96 will go by him, as well as the 83, I believe that is. 93. Oh.
Contact there between the 93 and the 95. That will be DeSaulnier and Finn, but they were able to keep it going here.
A lot of close racing. Good, hard racing right now. That's the 3's looking underneath the 95.
Right now we've got a battle here for 2nd spot between the 10 of Todd Cray and the 16 of Elliott Butler. And we've got a caution.
Got a caution.
Looks like this is going to be a self-spin here by the 72 of David Camara.
We did watch him a little loose there in a couple of those corners.
There it is right there off of turn 1. He drifts, overcorrects, comes up the track with the brakes locked down, then turns it hard down in the wall. Heavy damage there to the front of that 72 machine, but that is what is going to bring out our first caution of the night. I think the most interesting thing to note right now is up until that point, our race leader Ethan Lane has been checked out. Now this is going to kind of level the playing field, as I'm sure everybody is going to come down pit road for 4 tires and fuel. We got a couple more gadgets and gizmos here that we're going to be showing off here, like the race off of pit road here. Let's see, Cody, what's your guess on takers on pit road? Do you think we're going to see the entire field come down?
The entire field, except for some of you guys. Ethan Lane, I don't know him. He's got a high rating, so, but I bet he comes out because he'll be a sitting duck if not.
Well, this is Pocono. We know it's a very tire-intensive track, and here we go. Everybody coming down pit road.
Now, what are they going to take is the question. Is anybody going to take 2? We're only 10 laps in.
I'm going to go with 4 and fuel always here. It doesn't matter if you're 5 laps in, 20 laps in, 10 laps in like here. 4 and fuel seems to always be the way to go.
Well, I'll watch the leader, see what he does.
Meanwhile, as we've got our pit stop counter going here, we're going to see who wins the race off of pit road.
Hard to believe you might be right. You took 4 and fuel as well as the rest of the field appeared to take 4 and fuel.
Alright, so looking at everything, it looks like Ethan Lane is going to hold on to the top spot. Meanwhile, Todd Cray, he's going to come out second there on the race off pit road, followed by Elliott Butler, Todd Larrabee, Seth Schultz, Adam Nowinski, Caleb Thompson, Sean Bradley, Josh Jones, and then Josh Gallagher is going to round out the top 10.
So far, we saw a lot of close-knit racing with people really side-drafting and giving them the bump down the back stretch. It's a fast-paced track. We're turning some fast times here. But that leader has checked out. Does anybody have anything for him on the short run?
Well, here's the one thing I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at everybody's best lap, and right now the closest I see is a, let me look, nobody else is in the 51s. The lowest I see is a 52.03, or 52.83 versus the 19 who ran a 51.790. Alright, so the lights are out on the pace car. Ethan Lane once again is going to lead us here to the restart. He's going to opt for the inside lane. He's got the 10 of Todd Kratos outside. Elliott Butler in the 16 third. Caleb Thompson in the 4 in fourth. Adam Nowinski in the 28 fifth. Seth Schultz in the 31 seventh. Josh Gallagher in the 96 eighth. Ninth will go to the 87 of Sean Bradley. Running at the top 10 will be the 93 of Patrick DeSaulnier. Bruce Pearson in the 3 will restart from 11th. Caleb Finn 12th in the 95. The 11 of Frederick Hofstetter 13th. And then I do believe rounding out the field will be, well, let's see, we got a little bit of a switch up here as Josh Jones being scored in 13th. Hofstetter in 14th, and then the 72 of David Camara is going to run on the field here.
And David Camara had a lot of that damage repaired, but he's still got an extensive amount of front and left front damage on that machine. It's going to be interesting to see if he can get back up to speed.
What I'm going to be interested to see is how Lane takes this restart here, and if we're going to see a little bit more aggressiveness up towards the front of the pack on this restart here, now knowing how far he was able to get in just 10 laps.
Well, we got the right guys up there for the challenge, Art. We got Todd Cray and Elliott Butler and the 4 of Caleb Thompson. We know these guys can be aggressive in a pinch, and we'll see how aggressive they get.
Well, the pace car is down and away. There's the jump already by the 19. We're back on the ways. We see a checkup there with the 28 of Adam Nowinski, the 96 of Josh Gallagher.
Looked like the 28 was sleeping there, and the 73 dropped down to his spot. Right now we got Elliott Butler under 4 and 4 washes up. The 73 is going to get by him.
'95 there of Caleb Finn around in turn 1, but is not going to bring a caution out.
Feel like him and the 96 door each other. Will hop, and then he got out of control a little, and the 3 tagged him as he had nowhere to go, and they let that 95 slide down through there, but no caution.
see right there, Adam putting the slide job down the corner against the 93. Now we're going to see if the 87 of Sean Bradley has anything for him. See Camara on the move again. He made his way around the 11 there of Hofstadter, but Hofstadter is going to take the inside here. You can still see the extensive damage to the left front of the hood there on that 72 machine. That is from contact with the inside wall.
We've got the 76 of Josh Jones challenging the 96 of Josh Gallagher.
So we got 2 Caleb's and 2 Joshes here.
Yes.
And how ironic that these two here both have a 6 as the second digit of their car, the 76 and the 96.
And Sean Bradley is now challenging the 93 of Patrick. It's on here.
Hey, you got it right.
Yep, I checked myself before I said it. I keep wanting to say the song.
Now that's some terrible water. That's water that tastes like burnt plastic. You see the 93 almost touching the wall there off of turn 3. Look back here right around 4th position. We've got the 4 of Caleb Thompson, the 73 of Todd Larrabee, and the 31 of Seth Schultz. That'd be 4th, 5th, 6th, and then we can see just behind that the 20 of Adam Nowinski in 7th position here.
Well, Ethan Lane has started to check out again with Todd Craig trailing him just about a second behind him.
Now that interval does not lie as we're looking at it back to 15th. It's already a 17.2 second gap from 1st to 15th. That time by though, the 10 of Todd Craig gaining 2/10 on the 19th. So maybe we might see a potential weakness here with the 19. Maybe he's a great short run driver, but we all know this league is known for having long green flag runs. So if we can get one of those going here, maybe that might expose a potential weakness here. But as of right now, it's going to be a runaway lead by the 19 of Ethan Lane.
That 73 gets an awesome run off there off 1. And then through that dog leg, and Seth's coming up on him now after 3. But the runoff 1 and 2, he gets an incredible run off those 2 corners.
And he's going to look to the inside here, coming into turn 1. He's easily going to be able to make that pass stick, and he's going for a twofer here now as he's going to try and line up with the 4 of Caleb Thompson. It's not going to happen as of right now, but let's watch as they go into turn 2 if he can do anything. This will be for 4th spot if Seth can get around him here.
He lost a little there on that exit. Caleb pulling out to about 3 car lengths in front of him. As the 73's got a good run up on Seth this time around, closing the gap to about 2 car lengths.
I have a little bit of advantage because I have some inside information here. The 31 of Seth Schultz before the race told me that the fuel window here maximum, he did a test run. Now we've got a 160 degree track temp. The room he was in and did 100 laps in was 105 degrees. So in that room, he was only able to get 31 laps safely, and he ran out of fuel coming out of turn 3 on lap 32. So we know that these guys can only go a max of 31 laps as he makes his way around the 4 of Caleb Thompson for 4th position. And that the tire fall off is right around 3 to 4 seconds over the course of the run. It's now, with the way that the build is here on these tires, and Jason explained it the best, these tires go through 3 phases. You've got your new phase, which last week in New Hampshire, we saw the new phase wasn't exactly that good. It wasn't until the tires kicked over to about middle of a run where you can pretty much drive it anywhere. And then the final phase of the tire, obviously as it was heated up and you start wearing the tire down, it started pushing. But we're at a much faster track here. We've got a little bit more banking than we did at New Hampshire, so still going to be fairly abrasive on the tires with the speeds here.
73 just caught the wall. Hate to cut you off there, Art, but that was exciting. He almost wall rode.
That's my job. I've got the number 78 for a reason. You see the 73 going high again.
He misses braking. He flat out missed his braking point there and almost run all over before Caleb Thompson. I believe he was still a little shaken from the wall ride, almost wall riding just previously.
You can see that 73 machine is tore up pretty good there on the right front as we see the 76 of Josh Jones. He's going to look for the inside here as they come down the front stretch into turn 1.
'73 able to gather that car back up. I was holding my breath there for a little while as he's running down to 76 now. That right front damage is going to make that car a little tighter.
So right now we are going to look off of the gearbox here of 19. Right there you can see back there, that is the 10 of Todd Cray in second. Behind him, the 16 of Elliott Butler, but that right there is what a 2+ second gap looks like.
Hard, I had to get my glasses on. I can't really see it with Todd's paint scheme. It almost looks like the sky. Only when he'll get in the turn is his car come in the picture for me really good.
And now as we go on board with the 10 of Todd Cray, you might have to get your glasses out again because there you can barely see the 19 of Ethan Lane as they come out of turn 3. I'm starting to note here is a lot of these drivers are doing the downshifting like we saw. '16 of Elliott Butler there in the wall a little bit, which has allowed the 31 of Seth Schultz to catch up to him. It looks like either there's some serious net code against the wall, or there might have been a little bit of sparks there from the 31 as well. Is third and fourth spot right here. We are going to go on board with the 19 of Ethan Lane and see if he is downshifting in all 3 corners like we saw. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. The 93 and the 76 of Josh Jones. That's going to bring out our second caution here. All right, let's take a look and see what happened here. This is on entry to turn 2, I believe now. We're gonna come into turn 3 here. He gets up and gets the wall, and looks like he just doesn't lock the brakes down, and unfortunately he ends the night from the 76 of Josh Jones. I wanna back that up again and go from on board. I wanna see something here. On board, looking behind. So nowhere to go for the 76 there. This will be on board with the 93. Here we see he's just going straight up the track here. Makes slight contact there. And he actually uses no brake whatsoever. He actually gives it throttle instead, which is the worst thing you can do.
All right, that's just sad for Josh Jones there. He had a pretty good run going, and his motor has expired. He's still sitting there trying to get it fixed. As Desaunier has. I correct myself. I thought it was a disconnect. I think it's still.
Everybody is still present and accounted for.
But
though undoubtedly when these guys come down, it's going to be once again 4 tires and fuel as we are working our second caution of the race here. As they come down, here's a shot of the entire field making their way down pit road. We're going to pop that pit road timer up here because we can see their speeds, we can see what their stops are going to be, and then ultimately who's going to win the race off of pit road. And once again, it'll be the 19 of Ethan Lane with the win off of pit road here. And it looks like we've got a new second place as we see Todd Cray drop back to third as Elliott Butler has managed to make it around. We see the 31 of Seth Schultz in fourth. So looking at some of the times here, let's see what their pit stops were. Ethan Lane with a 15:07, Todd Cray with a 5:10, Butler with a 14:67, Schultz with a 15:35. So pretty much everybody running about a 15-second pit stop. Now, I'm still a little bit unsure why anybody would hang the throttle coming off of the wall instead of locking it down to try and straighten the car out, put a little bit of counter steer into it. So we're going to check in on the 76 here and see how bad the damage is to that machine. We know the motor is, it's going to be at least a half-hour repair there, but let's see how the rest of the car looks. As you can see from there, no TV panel on the back of. Ouch. What do you see up front too? No front clip at all. The hood's twisted around pretty good. A good night here for the 76 camp. We see once again the lights on the pace car are out, so once again the 19 of Ethan Lane taking the inside line. That'll put Elliott Butler to his outside in second. Seth Schultz will restart third. Todd Cray fourth. Caleb Thompson fifth. Adam Nowinski sixth. Bruce Pearson seventh. David Camara eighth. Caleb Finn ninth. Josh Gallagher is going to round as the top 10, followed by Todd Larrabee in 11th. Frederick Hofstetter in 12th. Sean Bradley 13th. Patrick DeSaulnier in 14th. And Josh Jones still sitting on pit road for quite some time in 15th. These guys still have to come through the short chute here off of turn 2 and turn 3, and we'll watch the Mustang pace car drop down on pit road. And once again, the 19 of Ethan Lane, who has led all 26 laps here tonight so far, will lead us into the restart zone once again. Now we're going to watch from a little bit higher of a vantage point this time as they go off into turn one. I want to see if anybody gets caught sleeping here. Great jump there by the 19. Looks like everybody got going pretty good there that time. They haul it off into turn one for the first time. See the 72 of Camaro making contact with the Ford Thompson. Camaro hard into the wall, and if he does not get off the track, that might trip a caution, but there will not be one because there is no traffic around him. So once again, over driving by the 72, that is going to end his night. He actually did reset his car to pit road, so that's going to end the night for the 72. We saw that was the first victim that the 76 of Josh Jones got involved with tonight was the 72. And it appears that here at Pocono, he's just been over driving the car since the start of the race. 3 wide here as they go into turn one between the 87, the 73, and the 11. Now they get it sorted out. We see the 73 of Larrabee trying to get to the high side. Now he's going to do the crossovers. Well, as we see the 11 of Hofstetter, he's going to try and get a crossover move going. We might be 3 wide, 3 deep here as we go into turn two. We watch the 73 of Larry. He makes his way around the 95 of Finn. We see Bradley having to get way down there low.
He was almost in the grass, right?
Pretty close. I saw those left sides way below that yellow line. So definitely, that's one thing that I know in the old Pocono would send you around in a heartbeat. We do have
87's got to run on the 95. Both of them will look low here.
Look at the run that Larrabee can get there off of turn one.
That was the run I was talking about earlier. And then 2, he gets a decent run, but 3, he seems to lose some speed.
You see Bradley there in the 87. He's also looking at the inside of the 95 of Finn here as they come off of 2. He wasn't able to make the pass there, but see if he can do it in turn 3 here.
They're door to door right now.
It's going to be a drag race here to the line, but it looks like Finn's going to hold on to it for now. But Sean does have the preferred line here as they head off into turn one.
The 87's going to get that spot easily there in turn one.
Almost thought for a second there he might look high there on the 3 of Pearson. As meanwhile, Larrabee's going after the 96 of Gallagher here.
And the 87 will drop below the 3. Bruce Pearson under fire by Sean Bradley.
Now we see also the 95 of Finn. He's going to duck in behind Bradley here and try and make his way to the inside of Pearson as well. They come to the line. Pearson's still with it, but we got Finn and Hofstetter both on the bottom groove down here. Let's see if we can get 2 for 1 as they head off into turn one. Yeah, so we're gonna have a stalemate here. Pearson actually had a pretty decent run. Finn should be able to clear him.
And Sean Bradley now is looking underneath Josh Gallagher. He is marching to the front. Sean look clear.
See if we see the crossover from the 96 and 3. I don't think we'll see it here because turn 3, you pretty much want to run an apex that corner. That way you avoid wall contact. Because meanwhile, the 95 of Caleb Finn and the 11 have both cleared the 3 of Bruce Pearson right there. So you can see, looks like, who is that in the back there? Jones still on pit road.
That'd be Patrick Saunders back out on track.
Showing him scored 4 laps down right now, as you can see the extensive damage to that credit one. I'm not calling it a Chevy Cobalt, because that definitely is not a SS anymore.
Oh, he's almost turned that thing into a Cavalier.
Hey, don't be knocking Cavaliers now.
I'm not knocking, I'm just saying it's a lot more compact.
Right now we are watching the battle here. Not really a battle, but we were looking at second and third here. The 10 of Todd Cray, the 16 of Elliott Butler. You can see there's quite a gap back between the 16 and the 31. It does appear, though, it looks like Butler is reeling in the 10 of Cray a little bit here on this lap.
And the 4 of Caleb Thompson is run down to 28. He's got a run on the 28 right now. He's going to wash up, though, in this turn.
And Adams also protecting that low line on the exit of the corner there. That is going to help him as well, as we see a little bit of scuffing there to the right front of the 4 machine. Nothing too bad.
That was still an incredible save.
Now, I still don't know how that 4 did not go around with the contact of the 72. That was just amazing how Caleb was able to save it.
His hands were snatched left, snatched right, and all of a sudden the car straight again. He didn't even lose really any speed.
No, he did not, which is one of the things that we can attest for our drivers here at Diehard. A lot of them run direct drive wheels, and there's just tons of talent out on the track right here. And it's the one thing that we can't stress enough is just the level of racecraft that these guys bring to the table week in and week out. Sure, there's some weeks that some drivers don't have
as the 16 goes by the 10.
Power move there by Butler in the turn 1. Sometimes we go to a track where normally we see, like last week in New Hampshire, Lieutenant Todd Gray. We know he's a beast mode when it comes to short tracks. Wasn't able to seal the deal against the 99 of Jason DeVries, but we still have Bristol on the schedule, which is one of his favorite tracks, and I do believe the last time they ran there, he was a major factor in that race. So it just all depends on how comfortable these drivers are and what their wheelhouse is. But like we say every week, if you guys like what you're seeing here, you think you've got something for any of these guys, you're more than welcome to put in an application with the league. Look us up on the iRacing directory. Do our best to get you out on track with these guys here, get you on TV. Now we do have 2 series. We have the one here that's broadcasted every Sunday night here live on the portal. This is the JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series. We also have a Truck and Xfinity Series where tonight it was the Xfinity Series cars at Iowa. Next week it'll be the trucks at Watkins Glen, as next week we will also roll over to the Glen here with the Cup cars. It'll be an interesting race for both series, so if you're wanting to get in on the action, you picked the right time for it. Next week we go to the Glen, so again, if you're interested with joining us, just go ahead and check us out on the iRacing directory. We want to thank everybody tuning in from the iRacing live portal. If you're just now joining us, we are 37 laps into the 64 lap race here at Pocono International Raceway with a runaway leader once again, the 19 of Ethan Lane.
Well, Art, you mentioned our drivers, the talent we have. It's unfortunate that we're actually missing some tonight. We had some that had other things going on, and then you mentioned direct drive, and that leads me to think about another one of our drivers who was injured from a direct drive wheel that occurred in one of the practices. He is actually going to the doctor with a hand injury from his direct drive wheel after taking a crash.
That would be the 75 of Robert Barris.
Art, he is now the 58.
That's right.
That continues to get me as well.
Yeah, that always kills me. That's why we have Mike. Mike is the smart one. I'm just the one that talks and clicks things and watches cars go around. I keep forgetting that a lot of numbers have changed.
I guess that leaves me as the pretty one.
That awkward silence there was because I was laughing so hard on the inside I did not want it to come out to the exterior. I think the best example to say, and this is still an insult probably to the saying, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's all three of us put together. Does appear. Yep.
The Sonia has taken that thing to the hauler and said, no more. He had counted that wall enough and the wall didn't give up, so he did.
Just because it's a safer barrier does not mean that it still will not tear your car to pieces. So we are going to go on board with our race leader here.
Oh, when he shifted there, that thing steps up a little.
That's notorious for turn 2 right there. If you grab the gear too soon, it will kick the rear end loose. We hear him kick down the third gear here as he comes out of turn 3. Now let's listen all the way around the track and see if he shifts in all 3 corners. Right there was a lap around Pocono from the view of our race leader, and we did hear him shift in all 3 corners. And right now, the gap back from first to second, I'm seeing 5.4 seconds. We can hear the shift there coming off of turn 1. Right now we're looking right around 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's the 31 of Seth Schultz, the 28 of Adam Nowinski, and the 4 of Caleb Thompson. These guys right here are probably about the closest group together, guys. So that's why I went to them here.
Oh, we got a caution, Art.
Ah. That'll be number 3 here for the night. Let's see what brought that one out. Like that's going to be the 96 of Josh Gallagher. Let's see what happened here. This is coming down Long Pond into turn 2. Ooh, so that car did not want to slow up. He makes contact with the wall, comes down. Contact with the 95 and the 11. We see Finn and Hofstetter both able to keep the cars going. So we see Hofstetter there taking the access road. See some damage though to Finn's car there.
Yeah, he's got heavy damage though. He's got massive damage to that right front of that machine. It's unfortunate he had nowhere to go.
No, that's all the way across the front of the nose of that car. If iRacing had the damage model, and they will be rolling it out at some point, but they really need to implement it. If your car's that messed up, that you can take that front nose piece off and be able to replace it with a new one. Now, hopefully that's something we see in the future. And we just got word from the 31 team that from here, once they pit, they can make it on fuel to the end if we stay green.
Well, that would be correct. He said you can make 31 laps successfully, safely.
We see everybody here on the lead lap coming down for 4 tires and fuel for hopefully the last time. So once again, we're going to bring up our pit stop counter here. And in positive news, the 76's Josh Jones has made it back out on track. Now that's the thing we love to see here. Guys who have a motor detonate, usually that's the first thing we see them alt F4 or disconnect from the sim. But a lot of these guys, they're very, very committed and they will stay out even with an underpowered car just to salvage points here. As once again, it looks like the race off of pit road is going to go to the 19 of Ethan Lane, followed by Elliott Butler, Todd Cray, Seth Schultz. We'll have to see as things sort out here, but we can see who is that at the 95. We're going to take a look here at the 76. We're going to do a suspension camera view. As you can see, he has no front clip here, but we want to show you guys just how bad the camber is out of whack on the 76 machine after hitting the wall.
You know, he only went down about 13 laps, but you got 1 lap back there. It's great to see him get back out, able to get back out there. Unfortunate that he is in that position.
So you can see that fender, if that was real life right there, that tire would be cut down so.
Yeah, that left front's leaning way out.
Taking a look, we see the Solner right now being scored 11 laps down. Jones is going to pick up 13th position here. But next time by, we should see the lights on the pace car go out. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial break here and return to the action at Pocono International Speedway. Alright, we are back. Lights on the pace car just went out, so we're going to double the field back up here. Once again, the 19 of Ethan Lane opting for the inside line, so put the 16 of Elliott Butler to his outside, followed by the 10 of Todd Cray, the 28 of Adam Nowinski, the 4 of Caleb Thompson, the 31 of Seth Schultz, the 87 of Sean Bradley, 73 of Todd Larrabee. The 3 of Bruce Pearson. Caleb Finn in the 95 is going to round out the top 10. We look further back to the rest of the field. 11th goes to the 96 of Josh Gallagher. The 11 of Frederick Hofstetter, 12th, and Josh Jones, as we see there, with no front clip, rounding out the field in 13th, 12 laps down. Come off of turn 2, they got the short chute here going into 3. Pace car is going to drop down, and once again, that 19 Fast Pro Ford Fusion is going to lead us into the restart here, hopefully, where we can get these last 20 laps in the books here, caution free.
We got Elliott Butler on the outside of him this time. Let's see if he's got anything for Ethan Lane.
Once again, we're going to do a higher view here to watch the field. There's the jump, huge gap between the 19 and the 10 here.
There's a 28. Caught almost sleeping again. A 31 shoved him up to speed as the 10's going to drop up in front of him. And the 4's going to look low on the 31 and the 28. He's going to go for 2 for the 4 is.
As well as the 73 of Larrabee there. He's trying to work to the inside of the 31. He's got the 87 of Sean Bradley that was behind him. Now he's going to dip in behind the 31 here. Meanwhile, Larrabee might be getting split 3 wide here, as it's going to be the 87, the 73, and the 31. They go off into turn 3, almost contact with the 31 there. I think there might have been a little bit of contact between the 73 and the 31.
3 wide just does not work right here.
Now we see the 87 of Bradley to the inside of Larrabee here as they come down, as well as the 3 of Pearson to the inside of the 31 of Schultz as they go into turn 1.
87's going to clear that spot. 73's going to drift up around the 3 of Bruce Pearson underneath the 73 of Todd Larrabee.
He's also caught the 95 of Caleb Finn door to door with the 31 of Seth Schultz as they go into turn 2.
3 had to check up there. That's going to cause a problem.
We're going to see another 3 wide here almost. So we see the 31. He was trying to go low. Now he's going to try and go high. Looks like a little contact there almost between the 95 and the 3. The 3 just shot right up the track.
That 95's damage to the right front, not causing that much of an issue. The 31's going to look low and make it 3 wide.
Race down the front stretch here. 95 is going to back out easily. Oh, contact between the 95 and the 3 here. Great job by Pearson wrapping that car up and keeping it in a straight line.
Wow.
That was a heck of a save right there.
I don't think the 95 did that intentionally, but I believe he didn't hit the brakes as hard as he wanted to.
Right now we see Pearson door to door with Hofstetter as they come off of turn 2 here.
And the 31's going to go around Larrabee here.
See if Pearson's got anything for the 96 of Gallagher. We saw him get up on the back bumper there. Now he's going to look to the inside here as we come to the line.
Chalk Seth up 3 positions in the lap.
We look there, you can see those cars get really, really high off the corner there, off of turn 1. That's common for these things. You can actually run, there's almost about a half a groove up there on Long Pond Straightaway, where it looks from here like it's the car's in the wall, but it's actually about a half a groove that's right up there against the wall where you want to be running when you come off of exit, because especially with the speed, depending on how hard your drive off of the corner is, especially in turn 1. And then you've got that super long straightaway going into turn 2. You want to try and maximize your drive off by limiting the preloading or the offloading of the suspension, using that little bit of banking that's there at the exit of turn 1 to try and minimize the offloading of the suspension. You see right there, the 73 of Larrabee doing it, as well as the 31 of Schultz. Take a look up here. This is 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's the 10 of Todd Cray, the 4 of Caleb Thompson, and the 28 of Adam Nowinski.
And the Ford getting a run there, but not able to capitalize on it.
Well, it is getting down to the wire here. We still have, I'd say there's still a comfortable amount of racing left. I'd still be in a little bit of conservation mode, so now we're going to see the 4 of Caleb Thompson look to the inside of the 10 of Todd Cray.
Mark came up to 205 miles an hour in that corner. That is a power move.
Great move there by the 4 of Caleb Thompson. Now let's see if the 28 of Adam Nowinski has anything for the 10 of Todd Cray. They head through the tunnel turn here. Looks like Adam's got to recharge his run here. Meanwhile, it looked right there for a second like the 10 was going to try and look to the inside, but I think the 4 of Caleb Thompson's got something figured out here.
Ethan Lane's the one that's got something figured out here. He's already back out over 2.5, just about 2.5 seconds overhead.
When you look at that gap back to 3rd, that stretches out to a 4-second gap.
Is about to come under fire by the 28 of Adam Nowinski.
Right as you say that, Adam's going underneath and will complete the pass here, so that will drop the 10 of Todd Cray back to 5th. Next person to try and make a move will be the 87 of Sean Bradley. So next time by, it'll be 10 laps to go here.
And that is about 10 minutes as we're running around a 54-second lap time.
If you put that up to miles, it's roughly about 25 miles remaining in the race. You know, this is a 2.5 mile track. Or as Mike just said, a little over 4 kilometers. Ooh, we see a little bit of a bobble there out of the 10 on mid there in turn 1. We see the 31 of Seth Schultz. He's managed to get for the back bumper of the 87 of Bradley here. They're coming down Long Pond. It looked like he was going to duck going into turn 2 there.
Seth with about a car length gap, and he's closing that very quickly with a nice runoff. He's a look low this time.
He should have no problem here clearing Bradley going into 3 as he's just going to rock it right on by, but that's going to slide him up the track. And it's going to leave that bottom door open for Bradley as they come off of 3. They're going to be door to door. But it looks like Schultz is going to be able to capitalize on the run. Bradley's going to fall in behind, so we see a little bit of draft braking trying to go on down the front stretch here.
.31 with a decent run off here. He's going to look underneath 10, I believe.
Ooh, a little bit of a side slide there by the 87 of Bradley.
Oh, 31's going to look high.
power move there by the 31 of Seth Schultz. He's just going to use the outside lane there to motor around the 10 of Todd Gray. That will move Seth now up to 5th. And I do believe there in the background we saw the 73 of Larrabee. He might have got a little bit too high off the wall there. He was fairly low down on the inside of the track there. Now, while we were watching all that happen, just in front of it, I saw the 28 of Adam Nowinski right up on the back bumper here of the Ford Caleb Thompson, and now it looks like it's kind of equalized out, but there we go again with the run. You can see Adam's getting a little bit better drive off of the corner. Let's see if he can maintain it.
That foreman should get a little wiggle off, trying to put that power down. Looks like he's spinning those tires just a little bit.
Both drivers running almost mirror lines there over the tunnel turn. See, it looks like the 4 a little bit higher there, but that time by Adam did gain a little bit of ground there. He was a couple more car lanes back behind the 4 last time by, so if he can maintain the draft, and he can try and maximize his drive in and drive off, we might see something materialize here for 3rd position. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that might be the, oh, you see the 4 clip the wall a little bit there. That might be what the 28 was looking for. But as I was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but this, if Adam can make the pass and hold on the 3rd, this might be the first time we see that 28 in an interview position this season.
Oh man, Art, I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
There's one thing I can say for certain. Regardless of how hard that 4 is pushing it, the bobble we're seeing there, Caleb has been strong all night, but that right there off the turn 3 almost opened the door for Adam there. I think right now Adam's doing this. I think he's enjoying every second of it. He's putting pressure on the 4. Now he's going to look to the inside as they go into turn 1 here.
Oh, we both know that. And 4's up the track, and 28 is going to drive under him and drive away.
Not so fast. Look at the runoff that Caleb's getting there. He has not cleared him yet. He's got all of Long Pond to figure out if he's going to be able to make it, but he does have the advantage of having the bottom groups. We see the 76 of Josh Jones. He's going to drop down to the apron. Now the 28 is cleared to go. Oh my God, he saved it.
Now the 31's going to look to the high side. The 4 about lost it there, Art.
Looks like he's going to try and challenge back, but I do believe he might have made those Goodyear Eagles a little bit too angry at him.
Yeah, them rear tires are screaming.
As right now, I'm looking, it's about a 5.6 second gap back right now from 1st to 2nd, a 7.4 second gap to 3rd, and an 8 second gap back to the 31 right here that we're watching right now, and then at about another 0.2 of a second back to the 4.
And we had a bobble of the 28 there. That's going to allow the 31 to close that gap just a little bit.
Now, we've seen Seth make some weird late race calls. Ooh, and the 10 as well, right behind him. Like they both mirrored each other right into the wall there. So that's going to take the pressure off the 28 and the 31. It does appear that the 10 hit a lot harder than the 4 as we saw him hit twice. The car actually got knocked sideways there.
We're in the winding down few laps here, Art. Can the 31 make a pass in the 28?
No, he's got 4 laps to do it. As right now, it does appear that if things play out the way they are, our pole sitter is going to lead every lap of the race here and bring home the checkered flag in his first start with the week. Now, I wouldn't really expect anything else from somebody who has a 53.67 iRating.
I don't know what I just looked at there, but something seemed off when the 31 got into that turn. It didn't seem like he was that loose, but it's almost like he lost his front end.
His right front tire ran over a kickstart can. It looks like Seth might have made a little bit of contact with the wall there. Not enough to really slow him down, but it'll be 2 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Can the 28 of Adam Nowinski hang on to 3rd position? It'll be 5 miles when they get to the line.
Well, we know Adam's going to protect that bottom group, but we've seen Seth go around 2 people on the outside from their own mistakes. Adam is hopefully not make a mistake, but Seth is in position to capitalize on it.
Adam's not really one to fall victim to somebody's pressure. He's more prone to self-sabotaging himself, but I don't know. With 2 laps to go here, the interval is closing down a little bit, but that time off of turn 1 as they head down Long Pond, Adam had a much better run off the corner than the 31 that time, but let's see how they do as they get to the tunnel turn. So as these guys come through the short chute and into turn 3, they'll be seeing the white flag displayed. 1 more lap to go here around Pocono Speedway. 2.5 miles to see who's going to bring home 3rd position here, as it looks like 1st and 2nd are locked up.
As the leader just took the white flag, and now 2nd place takes the white flag.
And 3rd and 4th. As we can actually see, the gap has actually shrunk between Butler and Nowinski, but it's not going to be enough unless we see a major bobble out of the 16 here. So we see a little bit off of both the 28 and the 31. The 31 was in a 4-wheel slide there coming off of turn 1, so that is definitely gonna probably, I'm gonna say that's gonna secure a 3rd spot for the 28 car here as they come out of turn 2 for the final time. 1 more corner to go. Can he hang on? My opinion, yes, he's got it. So we're gonna see the 31 dive in as hard as he can here. Not gonna be enough because he's gonna wash up the track here. This is gonna let the 28 drive away off the corner at the line. Give Adam Nowinski 3rd, Seth Schultz 4th. But once again, our pole sitter, the 19 of Ethan Lane, started in 1st, led every lap, won every battle off of pit road, and with his first start here at Diehard Racing League, is going to bring home the checkered flag. All right, so we saw, typical for Pocono here, we saw a couple cautions. Not too awful bad. 3 for 10 laps. Average lap time 54.63 as we see a little bit of a celebratory bump going on there between the 31 and the 19. And a little bit more bump on there by the 28. But I've got to say, that's definitely an impressive showing there by the 19 car. As all 3 of our finishers are going to stay on track here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get our 3rd place finisher, the 28 of Adam Nowinski, in here. All right, Adam, you brought it home 3rd. We saw there in the last few laps, it seemed like it was going to be a battle between you and Seth, but then we saw Seth doing a 4-wheel alignment out of turn 1 there. Was he putting pressure on you? And we saw the move you made around Caleb there. That was a brilliant piece of driving there. And I do believe this is the first time we get to interview you all season, so that's got to be a good feeling.
Yes, it is. Well, what it was just, I knew Seth was coming, so I had to get around Caleb in order to get up. And once I got there, I could see Seth was struggling. He was saying he was struggling behind us with the draft, and the only goal was just to keep him back there because he was a lot faster. He could get through the corners a lot better.
All right, now we all know that with the new build, the tires have 3 different phases to them. You got obviously brand new where you can pretty much drive it everywhere. You got the middle phase, and then you got the end phase. Depending on how you drive it, how much were the tires a factor for you tonight?
I more preferred once we got laps on it. The car felt a lot better. The beginning of a run, it was, yeah, you could hammer down, but you could also burn your stuff up real fast. And the end of the run, it wasn't really like a change from the middle.
It's almost exactly a mirror of what Jason said last week about New Hampshire, where it was pretty much you could stick it anywhere during the first stage. Middle's about the best, and then it was a dump truck in the third stage. But here at Pocono, a little bit more banking, a lot wider track, and ultimately we saw 3 cautions, 10 laps. Not too bad here considering we had a few new guys tonight, but I do believe this is your best finish so far this season. Glad to finally get you up here in the booth. I know we've seen that Tide machine out on track all season long, and we have yet to get you here, but tonight you bring it home 3rd. Who do you want to thank?
I think the sponsors, American Hero Hunt and South, and everybody for putting on the league.
How excited are you next week for Watkins Glen?
That should be a blast.
All right. Once again, congratulations on the 3rd spot, and we will see you next week at Watkins Glen, buddy.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later.
That was our 3rd place finisher, the 28 of Adam Nowinski. Now we're going to bring in the 16 of Elliott Butler.
We got 2nd place Elliott Butler in the booth with us. Elliott, tell us about that run there.
Yeah, it was a pretty good long run. Nobody could really touch the 19 of Ethan. I think me and Todd had about the same speed in the cars most of the race, but I think he got into the wall at some point and just didn't have the arrow after that. I was pretty bad in 2, average in 3, and but I found some speed in 1 and was able to kind of gain some time on the other guys behind me, so got a good finish out of it.
Yeah, we got to see you early on do a lot of close battling. How exciting was that to see guys door to door and banging just a little bit off each other?
It was a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of real close, tight racing. I don't mind going 3 wide if we have to. So I like seeing that. I didn't think that was going to happen here at Pocono. I thought it was pretty much going to be spread out the entire time, and everybody with big gaps in skill level a little bit here because it seems to bring that out in people. But everybody was solid. I was surprised. It was a good race.
Well, congratulations on the 2nd place finish. How are you looking forward to Watkins Glen next week?
I'm not a big fan of road courses. That's a heck of a lot better than Sonoma, so I'll take it. I think we can get a decent finish, but I don't know if we'll be contending for the win.
Well, anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to? Any final words for the night?
Yeah, first I just want to say hopefully I can stop this Chase Elliott streak of finishing 2nd all the time. I think in this league I've finished 2nd 4 or 5 times already. I'd like to end that soon. Also want to thank everybody watching, you guys for putting on the broadcast, American Hero Hunt for sponsoring the series, and my girlfriend and my dad for supporting me, and all the guys in the league for a bunch of great racing.
Well, congratulations on the 2nd place finish again, as you are always up in the top 5 at least for us, and getting a lot of 2nd place finishes. Hopefully next week we can change that luck, get you on the top spot.
Yeah, man, look forward to it. Let's see what we can do.
All right, that was our 2nd place finisher. Now it's time to bring in, shall I say, the Dominator, seeing how he started on pole, led every lap, led every battle race off of pit road here. We're going to bring in the 19 of Ethan Lane. All right, Ethan, first race with the league. You put on a clinic here. You had the pole by a lot, actually. You won every battle off of pit road. You led every lap, and you brought her home in victory lane. That's got to be one heck of a feeling there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I really enjoy running this place. Love the old surface. Before we got this one, it took me a while to figure this new surface out. Once I have, I've completely enjoyed it. Car was great all race. Pit crew was great as well.
Well, we saw, usually last time we were here at Pocono, we had 0 cautions. Tonight we had 3 of them. How important were the tires to you?
Tires were important for sure. I noticed in practice they fell off really, really quick after 5, 8 laps even. We were off of a good 7.5 to 2 seconds. But I knew if I could just like maintain a constant pace, hit my marks, and not spin the tires off corner edge, I would have been fine.
We saw it on every single restart. Perfectly timed jump. You got the great clearance. So you're able to make it off into turn 1 and pretty much just set sail from there. After bringing it home in such a forceful show here tonight, what are your thoughts next week as we head to Watkins Glen?
It's actually one of my favorite road courses to go to. I always enjoy going there and racing there. So hopefully it could be the same result as tonight. Hopefully get the pole, lead all laps, and hopefully win again.
Well, Ethan, we've noticed in all 3 corners you were shifting, and some of the turns you had to time those just right. It'd step out. Next week there's going to be a lot of shifting. What is your take on the shifting and the points from tonight to next week?
Well, for tonight, shifting was really, really important through turn 2. It was a given that you were going to have to shift through turn 1 and turn 3. If you didn't hit turn 2 right though, and you over rev the engine, you were going to slide through it and kind of burn your tires up and heat them up a little bit too much. But it wasn't bad once you kind of like figured out where you needed to brake. For next week, it's all about not wheel hopping into the corner, especially down to turn 1 and into the bus stop. Are the 2 main points because they're 2 passing zones that we have at Watkins Glen. So it's going to be really, really hard and really difficult to manage your shifting there.
That was the words I was looking for as talking about the bus stop in turn 1. Keep us from talking about it later on. You hit it the nail on the head about the wheel hop. Congratulations on your opener, your domination, your pole, and the win.
Well, I do appreciate it.
All right, with that being said, and I think Cody got a little too happy there, but with your first race win here with the league in your first showing, hopefully you're going to make it a back-to-back win. Is there anybody out there that you would like to thank?
Just everyone back at my team, Zero Gravity Racing. We've come a long way. We've been together for a good 4 or 5 years now. We separated for about 6-7 months, but we've come full circle. We've all come a long way as a team. Yeah.
All right, once again, congratulations on the dominating win here at Pocono, and hopefully we see you pull back-to-back wins as next week we go to Watkins Glen.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, that was our race winner. Any final words, guys, before we get to the results here?
I'm ready for the Glen, personally. It's going to be wild. I have a feeling we're going to have a higher turnout rate than we've had in the past. We've got a lot of road guys there. I know I'm looking forward to the the trucks there? Yeah, the trucks are there next week.
Yes, the trucks.
So I'm looking forward to getting in the truck and try not to die in turn 1 or the bus stop.
Well, with me being on the Xfinity side, I'm going to hop in a truck too because I want to get a piece of the Glen and also Road America in the Xfinity cars because I absolutely love Road America and that car. That car track combo is just fun, and it doesn't matter what you put at the Glen. I absolutely love running Watkins Glen. It doesn't matter if I'm in a GT3 car or if I'm in a stock car. You can put me in a street stock and I'd be happy going around it, but I really look forward to next week. I hope everybody out there enjoyed everything. We saw an absolutely dominating performance out of the 19 car here with his first start in the league. Started on pole, led every single lap of the race, and he brought it home in victory lane, but that's going to do it. We're going to bring in the results. Right there, we can see it. 7.9 is the gap from first to second here, as Ethan Lane brings home a dominating win. Elliott Butler second, Adam Limsky third, Seth Schultz fourth, Caleb Thompson fifth, Todd Cray sixth, Sean Bradley seventh, Caleb Finn eighth, Todd Larrabee ninth, Josh Gallagher 10th, Bruce Pearson 11th, Frederick Hofstetter 12th, Josh Jones 13th, Patrick DeSaulnier 14th, David Camara 15th, and that's going to round out the field as the 99 did not start tonight. But all in all, I think we saw what we normally see here at Pocono, except for the couple extra cautions. But I want to thank everybody out there who tuned in tonight live from the iRacing portal. Once again, don't forget to catch us next week at 7:15 p.m. Central Time, as we will be live at the Glen with the JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series. And also this coming Tuesday, we will be at Martinsville with the Iron Thunder Racing League as they start their first chase race, where they go from the 16 drivers to narrow it down to 8. So that'll be 200 laps around Martinsville. Pre-race show will start at 7:40 p.m. Central Time, so make sure you tune in for that. But that's going to do it for us here. I want to thank everybody at iRacing Live, iRacing.com, JMR Outdoors, Diehard Racing, and hope you guys enjoyed the show. We will see you guys next time.